Step number one in going viral on Instagram right now is making sure that you're taking advantage of their latest feature that can literally predict how many views you're gonna get and whether or not your post is even eligible to go viral. Here's what you need to do. So here's what you need to do. You need to come over into Meta search bar now, and you need to do a search for whatever you are about to post about. For example, let's say that we are about to post about Bitcoin. What is now going to pop up are a bunch of posts that either have gone viral or haven't gone viral. If the posts that you see have not gone viral, this means that this topic isn't eligible to go viral. But you actually have to double check, because if we actually look further at these, we will see that some of them are about Bitcoin and some of them are not about Bitcoin. Like for example, this one right here is stocks versus Bitcoin. So what you need to make sure that you're doing is you need to make sure that the content that you are going to create on this topic matches some of these. It needs to have the same hook, it needs to be in the same format, it needs to be in the same length. For example, if you notice here, I see a meme, I see a meme, I see another meme. So a bunch of these videos are memes, which means that a meme might actually work really well for this. And what this is going to allow you to do is know whether or not your video actually has a chance to go viral, and you'll understand that your video has to be better than the videos that are showing here in order for your post to go viral. So now you actually have a good understanding of what you need to do. But that's just step number one. There are still 4 other steps, and they're only going to continue to get more and more important. The next one is that you need to make sure that your profile is actually set up correctly, because if your profile image is messed up, your description is messed up, your story highlights are messed up, or even your name on Instagram, it could be the reason that Instagram isn't pushing your content to the right people, and then as a result, you simply just aren't getting the views that you want. Here's what you need to fix. You need to make sure that your page is set up correctly, like my client here, Christine. You're gonna notice several things. First and foremost, if we look at her profile image, it's a big picture of her and she has a bright background. You need to make sure that your profile image is bright. If it is not bright, people aren't going to remember you. Secondly, ideally, you want your username to have something to do with your niche. Obviously, she's a cortisol and weight loss coach for women over 40 plus, which is why cortisol coach shows in her name, and it also shows in her name right here. In fact, she has 2 keywords in her name, cortisol and weight loss. If we come over to her story highlights, we're gonna see the same exact thing. Cortisol drink, cortisol, weight loss, supplements, her story, and then if we come over to her description right here, we're going to see the same exact thing. Helping women lose weight, burn fat, boost energy, and balance cortisol levels. Every single one of those is a keyword. This then makes Instagram find the right audience for her content as opposed to her posting and constantly reaching the wrong people. In addition to that, if we click on this right here, what we're going to notice is that everybody else that shows up here is something that is related to what she does. And if that isn't happening when you look at your page on Instagram, it's one of the reasons you're not getting the views you want, not getting the followers you want, and you're not going viral. In fact, if you don't see this at all, it means that you need to come into your profile, come into edit profile right here, scroll down to show account suggestions on profiles, and you need to make sure that this right here is black. And by the way, you're only going to be able to see this from a computer. You won't be able to see this from a mobile device. Now, change number 3, if you want to go viral, is you need to start using Instagram's new Edits app. A lot of people have been saying that this isn't going to help you go viral, but I personally think that that is completely false. Because if we look at what Instagram has done, quite frankly, what Meta has done as an entire company, every single time they release a new feature, the creators that take advantage of that new feature get benefited from it. And guess what? They've denied this every single time that it's ever happened, which is why I'd strongly suggest that you start using the Edits app. Not only can it help you increase the reach that you get, but also they have in-app analytics to help you better understand why your posts are underperforming or what you need to make sure that you're fixing. Now, if you're currently using a different editing app, this doesn't mean that your posts are going to get penalized for not using the Edits app. It simply just means that using the Edits app could begin to increase your reach. And if you're already comfortable with some other platform, then just edit most of the content in CapCut or in Adobe Premiere Pro or wherever you're currently editing your content, and then export it, upload it into Edits, and actually finish it from there so that it looks like everything came from Edits. Now, before we get into the last and 2 most important steps, I need to make sure that you smash that subscribe button if you want to grow quicker on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. I literally upload videos every single day about how to grow on these platforms, and I just created a free Instagram growth course. You can get it at the pinned comment below. It's going to share with you things like the best time to post on Instagram, the best hashtags to use, how to get more views, how to get more followers, and ultimately how to make money from Instagram. Did I mention it's literally 100% free? So go to that pinned comment below and get into it right now. So step number 4 is that you need to make sure that you are optimizing for the right metrics on Instagram. There are 3 metrics you need to be optimizing for, and they're going to continually get more and more important as we go through them. The first one is you need to make sure you're optimizing for your first 3 seconds audience retention. The easiest way for you to be able to do this is simply just do step 1 of what I shared you in this video. You need to make sure that whatever topic you are talking about is something people are actually interested in. If they aren't interested in it, they are not going to watch it. You could put the best hook in the world, but if nobody's interested in that thing, guess what? Nobody's going to watch that video. The second thing that you could do though, is you need to make sure that your hook is better than the other hooks that show up on Instagram. Now, a lot of people think that this means you spend a lot of time coming up with hooks, or that you have to be really creative. That is not the case at all. Simply just look at what is working to hook in your ideal audience and change the way that you're consuming content on Instagram. Right now, you open up Instagram and you get entertained. Every time I open up Instagram and my clients open up Instagram, they get educated. Instead of just looking at it for entertainment value, I want you to ask yourself the question of why did somebody watch this video? Or why would somebody watch this video? Or why would somebody share this video? Or why would somebody comment on this video? That's going to then teach you what actually works on Instagram. You implement it into your content, and then you're going to start to go viral. The second thing you need to be focused on though are how many people are sharing your content. The easiest way to do this is to start uploading more memes. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you remix memes on Instagram, you're going to go viral easier than you could have ever imagined, and you are going to get more shares easier than you could have ever imagined. In addition to that, when it comes to getting shares on Instagram, you get shares by uploading content that is not selfish. It shouldn't be all about you. Instead, your content should be a hack. It should be about something that is actually going to benefit your audience, or something that really makes your audience laugh. Because what you want to do is essentially represent your audience's mindset. Think about a comedian. Everybody laughs at comedians because they're simply saying the thing that we all think in our heads, but we don't actually say out loud. And then a comedian says it and everybody in the room laughs. The same thing happens on Instagram. If you say the thing or represent the feeling that your ideal audience is feeling that nobody else is saying out loud, guess what? They're going to share your content. This is basically the way that you laugh on Instagram, or the way that you give something your stamp of approval. And then that final metric that you need to make sure that you're optimizing for is going to be comments, but not just any comments on Instagram. Ideally, you need to be getting people to comment whatever keyword is in your bio, is in your description, is in your story highlights, or is the keyword for that specific post. For example, if you are making a video about weight loss, ideally you want people to mention weight loss, losing weight, and things along the lines of that in the comment section. Or at the very least, you should be responding back to them with those keywords, because this is what Instagram is going to look at to determine whether or not people are actually engaged with the content and see how high quality the content is. And then that final thing that you need to make sure you're doing is beginning to post at a new cadence on Instagram. This needs to be your new cadence. You are going to post one remix meme. You are going to post one original post, then another remix meme, then another original post, then another remix meme, and then a repost. Your repost should be one of your posts that have done well before in the past. You are then reposting on Instagram without the watermark. If you begin to implement this strategy, it is 1, going to increase the amount of views you get. 2, increase the amount of viral posts that you get. 3, increase the amount of followers you get and the money you can make from Instagram. But more importantly, it is going to help you spend less time constantly creating on Instagram. Because if you implement that strategy, what you're going to notice is that more than 50% of the time, you are not actually creating your content. Instead, you're just curating content that your ideal audience is actually going to want to interact with. And what this does is frees up your time to make higher quality content when you're making an original post. And guess what this does? Increase the odds you go viral on Instagram, helps you grow quicker, helps you make more money, get more followers without you putting in more effort. Now, if you want to grow faster on Instagram, the same way that I helped this creator gain over 2.4 million followers, or this creator over 700,000 followers, well, I personally want to work with you one-on-one to tell you everything you need to do to guarantee you grow faster on Instagram. If that sounds interesting, well, please keep watching this video. The opportunity to grow on Instagram and this organic reach we're currently seeing are not going to last forever. And there are 2 things holding you back from seeing the growth like the creators that I share with you in this video. The first one is that you haven't implemented the tips that I just shared with you. And the second is that you haven't gotten into my Instagram mentorship program yet. That's literally going to guarantee that I help you get more followers on Instagram in the next 30 days, or you get your money back, 0 questions asked. In fact, the average person that's gone through this program in the last 30 days has gained over 25,000 followers, and nobody has ever gone through it and gained less than 1,000 followers if they implement to every piece of advice that I share with them. Now, since you're still watching this video, I'm gonna assume you're probably above average. So the odds of you gaining over 25,000 followers are probably quite high. And if you want results like that, go to the link in the description below right now and sign up, because there are limited spots available. I'm gonna be telling you exactly what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use. I'm gonna send you new post ideas, and I'm gonna critique your content to guarantee that you get more growth on Instagram in the next 30 days. It doesn't matter what your niche is or what your background is, this program is gonna help you get followers more easily and quicker so that you don't have to spend endless hours trying to figure out the things that I already know about exactly how to grow your account. In fact, I just helped this creator in the program and they gained over 100,000 followers in just 30 days. I helped this creator, they gained over 150,000, and this creator over 200,000 followers. If you want results like that and I want you to be my next success story, go to the link in the description below and sign up right now, because every single day that you wait, it's only gonna get harder to grow on Instagram. It is easier than ever to grow right now, but you need to take advantage of this opportunity. And what's better than an opportunity where you're literally gonna grow on Instagram or get your money back with 0 questions asked? Again, there are limited spots, so go to the link in the description below and sign up right now. Otherwise, I strongly suggest you check out the next 2 videos I put up on the screen, because they're the videos YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching.